Hello, welcome back to the YouTube channel. I am Nick from Australia. This is the second and final video on this Wednesday night. Before I get into the NRL trial game preview for the weekend, I just want to say that tomorrow night I will be on the Always Brisbane Broncos YouTube channel. I will be live streaming the game with Always Brisbane Broncos. So make sure you guys go and subscribe to the Always Brisbane Broncos YouTube channel. We'll be there tomorrow night live streaming the Eels versus Dragons trial game. So hope to see you guys on there. And also, if you haven't yet checked out my All-Stars preview between the Indigenous All-Stars and the Maori All-Stars, make sure you go on there and comment your score prediction, because if you get the score correct, you have a chance to win an Indigenous jersey or a Maori jersey, depending on who you support. But let's get into this video, which is going to be week 1 of the NRL trial games. Now, I thought it was week 2 because the Dragons played the Eels last week in a trial game, but apparently, according to NRL.com, this is week 1 of the trial games now. There's a couple games to get through, so let's get into it. The first NRL trial game kicks off tomorrow night at 6 o'clock at Jubilee Stadium, the Strata Jubilee Stadium. It is the Dragons up against the Eels. I think this is going to be a very tight game. I know the Dragons have got a few players in there, like the likes of Daniel Alvaro, Jack Bird, Billy Britton, Kate Ellis. They're all going to be playing there. Jackson Ford, Cody Ramsey, Andrew McCulloch, Tarek Sims, Jaden Sullivan, Braden Williami. A couple of really good NRL players in that Dragons side for the trial game tomorrow night. As for Parramatta, some of their big name players, some of their NRL players you would have heard of, the likes of Michael Oldfield will be playing for the Eels, Tom Wapachek, Hayes Dunster, Will Smith, Joey Lussick, who came over from Salford Red Devils, now at the Parramatta Eels, Oregon Kaufusi, Keegan Hipgrave, Isaiah Papali'i. Who else is here for the Parramatta side? Tim Lafai, who they just signed today, from what I understand. Tim Lafai. So my tip for this Eels Dragons trial game, I'm going to tip the Parramatta Eels to win this game. I think it'll be a tight one. Don't see much in it. The Dragons' defence in last week's trial was pretty poor, but again, it's only a trial. Can't take much out of it, but I think the Eels will beat the Dragons in this trial game tomorrow night. I'm going to go Parramatta by 10. I'm going to go the Eels to win. I'm going to go 26 points to 16. I think it'll be a good game. And my man of the match for the game, I'll go with Isaiah Papali'i to be best on ground. The next trial game is on Friday night at 7 p.m. It is the Brisbane Broncos up against the winning Manly Sea Eagles, the Queensland Cup side. Now, some of the experienced Broncos players that will be playing, you've got the likes of Richie Canada that will be there, Jesse Arthurs, Tessie Nui, Dale Copley, Albert Kelly playing halfback for the Broncos this weekend, Tavita Pangai Jr., Matt Lodge, who else is there? That's probably about all the guys that we all know. Levani Pilu and Ethan Bullimore. So I think the Broncos definitely have a better team than Wynnum. I don't really know anyone on the Wynnum Manly side. Just having a look right here. Don't really know anyone for the Wynnum Manly side. So I think the Broncos win this game, and I think they'll win quite well. I'm going to go the Broncos here to beat Wynnum in the trial game on Friday night. Broncos to win by about 20 points. I'll go the Broncos 30-10. I think Albert Kelly will be man of the match. I think he'll have a big game. He has a point to prove. He wants to be in the Broncos regular 1-17. And if you play good in the trial games, you normally go close to making the first grade side. So I think the Broncos will win 30 points to 10 on Friday night. And I think Albert Kelly will be man of the match. The other game on Friday night is it's the Gold Coast Titans up against the Burleigh Bears. This game is being played at Pizzey Park. I have no idea what that is. Same with the Broncos Wynnum game. I don't know where they're playing. I'm guessing it's in Queensland somewhere. But as for the Titans experienced players that we all know of, I think we know who else they got here. They got Jonas Pearson. We've all heard of Jonas Pearson before. Toby Sexton, Tanner Boyd, Jai Whitbread, Aaron Clark, Sam Stone, Lloyd Parrott as well, playing for the Gold Coast. As for the Burleigh Bears, they haven't named their team yet, so that's very helpful. But my prediction for the Titans versus the Burleigh Bears game, I think the Gold Coast will win by about 14 points. I'll go the Gold Coast in this game. I'll go 22 points to 8. I think the Gold Coast will just be a little bit too good in this one. So I'll go the Gold Coast to beat Burleigh on Friday night. 22 points to 8. I'll back Aaron Clark for man of the match. The Gold Coast dummy half. And on Saturday at 7 o'clock at Cessnock Sports Ground, the Newcastle Knights go up against the Cessnock Goannas. This should be a very interesting game. Just having a look if there's any experienced players for the Knights that we know of. Doesn't really look like at this stage. I think they're all unknown players, except Brodie Jones and Jack Johns are the only players for the Newcastle Knights that I am aware of. The Cessnock have a name in that team, so that's very helpful once again. Look, I think Newcastle will win this game against Cessnock. I think it'll be a tight one. I'll go Newcastle to win by about 8 points. I'll go 20 points to 12. I'll back Brodie Jones to man the match because he seems to be the only one that I know of. So I'll go Knights by 8 and Brodie Jones man the match. Also on Saturday night at 6:30 at Kirkham Oval down there in Carnan. I have no idea what that is. I'm sorry. The West Tigers up against the Sydney Roosters. This game's at 6:30 on Saturday. You can watch the game via NRL.com. My tip for this game, because there's no team list announced at this stage, I'll go the Roosters only because I know they've got a lot of really good juniors coming through. I'll go the Roosters by 4. I'll go 22 points to 18. I don't know who's playing for the Roosters, but if Matty Cavali's playing, I'll back him to be man of the match. But I've got no idea who's playing in that game. So Roosters by 4, Matty Cavalli for man of the match. And 2 more games to go. The next game is on Saturday night as well at 7 p.m. It's at Griffith. It's the Rabbitohs up against Group 20 Invitational side. I got no idea who that is, but some of the experienced players for South Sydney, you know, they've got the likes of Stephen Masters, Jacob Gagai, Troy Dargan, Patrick Mago, Harmer Sele, Jacob Host. Look, I think South will win this game well. I'll go South by 18. I'll go 24 points to 6 in favour of South Sydney. I think Jacob Host will be man of the match in that one. And the final trial game of the weekend is also on Saturday night at 7 p.m. at St. Mary's League Stadium. It's the Panthers up against the Mounties. The experienced players for the Panthers in the squad that we know of. Billy Burns will be playing for the Panthers. Who else is there that we know of? Mitch Kenny, Paul Momorowski, Spencer Linu. That's probably about it. All the players that we know of. I'm not sure if there's anyone. Oh, Charlie Staines is another one who's playing as well. Look, I'll take the Panthers here. I reckon they'll win well. I'll go the Panthers by 24. I'll go Panthers to win. Let's go with a score of 32 points to 8. And I'll go man of the match. I'll go with Charlie Staines just to have a really big game. But anyway, guys, they're my NRL trial games predictions for the weekend, my preview. They're my tips for the week 1 of the NRL trial games. Let me know your tips in the comment section below. Until then, guys, as always, I hope you guys have a fantastic Wednesday night. Have a great Thursday morning. And I'll see you guys tomorrow night on the All West Brisbane Broncos YouTube channel for the live stream between the Eels and the Dragons. Until then, stay safe, have a good one, and I'll see you guys in the next one.